Hey, I'm Mrs. Moss, Richmond, Virginia, blabbing on and on again about abortion and how it affects the church. Doing a little series of videos because both issues are on my heart. I think that the high numbers of abortion has affected the church, so I like to talk about that a lot. I'm encouraging churches to explore the idea of starting some ministries, or individuals looking around where they live and seeing if they want to hook up with some ministries that are already there, maybe get some training. I'm challenging the church to see what's already going on in their area, to put some help into strengthening existing ministries. And if there's not a lot going on, or what's going on is not reaching your church family, maybe your church could start a healing ministry. So I want to talk about that a lot. But I'm going to be right up front and tell you that I have a theory that healing post-abortive people is it's a challenging ministry for several reasons. But I think that people like a challenge, like golf. I like to talk about golf all the time. I think I'm hilarious. And I have this feeling that executives love golf. Because why? Because golf is so hard. And executive types have succeeded at everything else. So I think people like hard stuff like golf. One of the reasons the healing post-abortive people is so hard is you can't talk about it in public. It's a ministry that you rarely can have a public testimony come out of that ministry. So it's a very hidden ministry because the Lord is trying to the Lord is trying to help people hold their boundaries and keep private about their stories, because abortion usually involves shameful things. I spend a lot of my time thinking about if I could go back in time, what I would say to everybody. Or if I could go back in time, what I would learn from people. I have really strong mercy gifts, and I want to talk a lot about pastors and how I feel sorry for them. If I could go, so I have this imaginary thing. If I could go back in time to 1900, talk to a room full of pastors, what would that look like? I would say, wow, you guys, pray for the pastors in the future, because they're going to be dealing with the weirdest stuff that you can't even believe now. People are going to go to medical places and abort their babies. You will be pastoring people who are all over the place on this issue. People are going to be broken. It's going to be hidden. It's going to be a mess. It's going to affect all of America. It's going to split churches. It's going to be like this thing called abortion, which has always been around, but it's going to explode into huge numbers. It's going to affect the church. It's going to be like a political hot potato that just crashes into churches. So let's say this is your pastor. Pastor, I'm sorry. I feel sorry for you because you've got to pastor and shepherd a whole bunch of people that have been affected by this bizarro phenomenon of our generation, which is people aborting their children in huge numbers. And I'm sorry you have to deal with that. In this man's church, who is he shepherding? Who's the makeup of his congregation? He might be trying to pastor the people that are carrying really horrific graphic signs and protesting. You know, he might be, everybody's yelling and all about the political stuff. He might be trying to pastor people who are really sensitive and have delicate hearts, and they can't look at all those graphic pictures. So, I mean, there's this pastor in America in our generation is stretched pretty thin just over this one area. And he's trying to love all the people. He's trying to minister to all the people. And I just want to tell you that I love you, and I feel sorry for you that this tremendous evil is all over our country and just making your pastor job harder. Thank you for being a leader. It's really hard. So I guess that's my exhortation, to be kind to your pastors, because I think they're doing just incredibly impossible work.